Hello and welcome to Coach's Corner, our weekly conversation with Greg Cattuso, the head football coach here at the University at Albany. Coach, before we get into the game, I just want to touch on the Military Appreciation Day. You guys did something very rare. You matched up a player with a veteran, had a veteran's name on the back of the jersey. We're told that's an idea that you came up with, and Mark Benson had told us that. How did you come up with that thought, and what did you think the impact of that was on Saturday?
We've gotten a lot of good feedback from the families of the vets and some of the vets themselves. Coach Calcette's brother was at the game, and his name was on the back of Delbert wore his own brother's name, and I wore my father-in-law's name, and so I think it went really well. It came just from when I was in Maryland. Honestly, we were playing Boston College, and they had their military uniform on at BC, and on the back it had words like freedom and duty and all the things that the military stands for on the back of the jersey. And it hit me that day, why don't we put the actual names of our military on our jerseys? And I thought it was just something it's never been done.
Right.
We're trying to break new ground, and I'm hoping that and I'd love to approach the CAA about having a game next year that everybody does it and uses their own community. I think it's a great tribute, and it's something that I hope can grow, because it's, our military every day does amazing things for us, and you see the way the world is, and they just don't get the recognition. I don't think there's enough we can do to recognize them, and I hopefully that made a lot of people feel good.
It did. I heard such an outpouring and people so proud, and I think the impact, we're not going to be able to tell for a couple of years, because I think it's going to continue to catch on. It was that cool of an idea. All right, let's talk about the game itself. What were your takeaways in that loss in New Hampshire?
The negative is, we've continued to struggle in the red zone. We lost points on both sides of the ball because we missed field goals. We dropped a touchdown pass. We had an opportunity to tackle the running back on their first drive and force a field goal. Instead, they got it down to the half-yard line, and we're able to run it in. We're missing points, and that kills you in close football games. But the positive thing is, I think we're learning to play against the best teams in our conference, and we're competing. And I'm tired of the young thing, and I've told the kids that we're not young anymore. We're playing young. But I do see us, I told them I see us turning the corner. You can see it every game, the commitment to practice, the way our kids are performing right now is there's a lot of energy. There's the whole team's behind it. So, I'm patient. I understand where we're at in our process, and I knew this was going to be a building time for us in the next couple of years. But we've got to get over the hump and start winning some of these games. That was a winnable football game that we weren't able to pull out at home, and we need to win those games in the future.
It seems like the last three games coming out of the bye week, you guys have, I don't know if it's hit the reset button or re-energized, but it seems like you're getting closer. Is that the way that you feel as the coach?
Yeah, I knew going into this year, and I've talked to you and Roger, in the preseason and really in the summer last year. Roger and I talked about it. I knew this was going to be a rough year, and that was before any injuries or anything like that. I just, you get a sense of your team, and I knew we were going to be really young in spots, and we didn't have a whole lot of older guys in leadership roles. But I can feel the momentum changing. I can see it. I can see when I talk to the team that there's a commitment now to what we're talking about, and a real commitment, a real, you like to almost be fanatical about the commitment to what we're trying to do, and I think we're getting there. I see it in a lot of our players' eyes, and I see it more importantly in their work ethic. And I think that we're making progress. And this isn't just a player thing. This is a coach's deal, a player's deal. Everybody really focusing on what we have to do. And we changed our defense this year. Anytime you change your defense, you're going to struggle at times. And you can start now seeing not just the kids adapting, but you can see the entire defensive coaching staff start to see what we're doing. And we're getting better every week. The preparation's getting better. The confidence is getting better. Offensively, we lost a huge chunk of who we are on offense from last year. Yep. With the loss of seniors, with the other loss we had, and you can see the offense starting to regenerate a little bit. So it takes a little time, and I'm excited about where we're going. I'm very unhappy with that we've let some games get away from us, but we are competing more and playing a lot better.
Defensively, and you were just talking about offense, but on the other side of the ball, it seems like you guys have taken a step forward as well. New Hampshire scored 10 early points and didn't get on the board again until I believe it was the fourth quarter. You guys continued to hold those guys. Do you think that they're progressing?
Yeah, I do. I think this year, the big thing this year with the new defense was, one, we're tackling better.
Yep.
We're definitely a better tackling team. In football, it's all about where your eyes are, and our kids are learning where their eyes are supposed to be. They see their keys better. They react better to their keys. We're giving up less big plays, which I think has been really important. We're getting better. Our third down conversion for the defense is improved slightly over last year, but needs to dramatically improve, and I think that's going to get better with experience. We're starting to exert ourselves up front more. I think Malachi Hoskin has been really outstanding the last few weeks, and he's been very hard for the other team's offense, and so we're making progress. I mean, there's no question, and I have to be patient because. I'm trying to build confidence and not tear people down. It's just not my style, and I think that the kids are, I think we're starting to turn the corner. I really do.
This week you have Stony Brook. It's the final game of the season. What do you need to do as a team to do enough to win that game, and what would a win mean to you guys propelling into the offseason?
Well, I think a win's important. We came out of Richmond and we decided that look, we're out of this thing, but let's win our last four. Let's see how we can do in our last four conference games. And we wanted to be 3-1, but we have a shot to be 2-2. We have a chance to win 2 of our last 3 games against good teams on the road, which are big. CA road wins are huge. So I think we have a lot to play for this weekend, and to see the continuing turnaround of where we're at, and I feel good. It's just a process. And every team goes through it, and then you kind of start it over again down the road. But I think I see a lot of positive signs. So if you look at our team. I would expect our linebackers to be a major strength for us next year. When you drop in Mike Nicastro, Neil Morrison's playing very well right now. You drop in Eli Menzer and some guys that are going to be jumping off the red shirt or the injured list. I think our secondary is going to be really good next year. And on offense, those running backs are going to be just this much better with a year experience. And we need to get our receiving corps back in gear. And I think our offensive line could be the best in the league next year. So, we've got a chance to have a good year, and we need to start building right now. And that's what this game means.
Well, thanks for a couple minutes,
Sure.
and best of luck on Saturday.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for this week's conversation. As always, you can catch us next week, and we'll actually wrap up this season. Best of luck to the team on Saturday at Stony Brook. For Greg Cattuso, I'm Zach Bye. We'll see you next time.